You won't hear this from your mother or your friends. And society, it thrives on your silence. But Machiavelli knew the fall of powerful men is rarely a matter of fate. It begins with one mistake, letting the wrong woman through the gates. No cheers, no second chances, just a quiet undoing. Most men realize it too late, standing at the funeral of their own potential. Not because they were weak, but because they mistook destruction for beauty. They let love in wearing perfume, not seeing she held the match. And when the fire comes, it's not dramatic. It's slow, it's subtle, it's daily compromises, it's erosion, not explosion. Machiavelli never wrote for the soft-hearted. He wrote for rulers, for men who understood that strategy, not sentiment, guards the crown. He wasn't interested in fairy tales. He dealt in blood, power, and consequence. He said men judge more by the eye than the hand. Translation: you'll fall for what you see if you're not trained to see what matters. And in today's world where image is currency and seduction is strategy, most men are bankrupt before they know they've been robbed. There are only two kinds of women, those who build and those who burn. No gray area, no exceptions. And in today's world, destruction wears a disguise. It smiles, it flatters, it feels like comfort. She says she supports your mission, but slowly redirects it. She praises your ambition, then punishes your discipline. And you call it love. But it's sabotage. Strategic sabotage. Because power once handed over rarely returns. And if you're not leading, you're serving, not in strength, in surrender, and the most dangerous part you won't even notice. The mistake choosing with your eyes instead of your code. Because a beautiful disaster feels better than a lonely discipline. But one builds, the other bleeds. You think you're choosing beauty, peace, romance. But she's choosing you too. And she chooses based on what she can move, not respect. If she senses she can shape you, she will. And the moment she succeeds, her admiration dies. Her respect vanishes. A ruler doesn't let his castle crumble for charm. He doesn't let his purpose drown in perfume. He doesn't explain fire to someone pouring water on it. Ask the real question: can she follow without needing to control? Can she sit in your silence and not demand your spotlight? Can she be calm without being coddled? If she cannot, she is not your queen. Watch how she handles boredom. When the gifts stop, when life is routine, when you're grinding quietly for the dream, does she create chaos or protect peace? A woman who needs noise will destroy everything built in stillness, and she'll call it passion. She'll say you've changed. She'll accuse your purpose of being obsession. But the truth, you're just waking up, and she preferred you asleep, and her past matters. Her history is not a blank slate. It is your warning label. Look at her choices, not her captions. Look at her consistency, not her confessions. If she betrayed before she perfects it with you. If her life is a pattern of broken things, you are not the exception. You are the next casualty. And the belief that your love will be the cure, that's the most dangerous lie of all. And here's the darkest truth. If she doesn't fear losing you, she will never value you. If your presence is a guarantee, your worth becomes zero. What costs nothing is treasured by no one. A woman may say she wants a kind man, but test her. Remove your energy. Watch what happens. Does she grow or grovel? Does she align or unravel? Does she stay loyal to your standards or begin building escape routes in your silence? A woman's truth is revealed not when she's winning, but when she's waiting. You do not gain power by pleasing. You gain it by standing still while others flinch. You gain it by staying firm when she storms. You gain it by protecting your standard like your soul. A man who folds under pressure becomes her puppet. A man who stays unshaken becomes her axis. And the ones who stay, the rare ones, they orbit a man who doesn't need to beg to be respected. Do not reward disrespect with attention. Do not treat rebellion as romance. Do not let her tears become your leash. Do not confuse chemistry for compatibility. Lust for loyalty. The woman who mocks your vision today will mourn your loss tomorrow. But by then your empire will be dust, or worse, built by your hand and destroyed by hers. Understand, her test is never obvious. It starts with a laugh when you're serious, a comment when you're focused, a sigh when you hold the line. These are not quirks, they are signals. A woman's respect is earned by the man who doesn't move, the man who stands still strong and rooted, because she will only trust what she cannot shake. And if she senses your boundaries bend under pressure, she'll test again and again, until you either become her puppet or vanish as the man she once admired. Machiavelli warned, "He who seeks to deceive will always find someone who allows himself to be deceived." And most men are willing to be deceived by beauty, by validation, by the illusion of love. They will excuse the disrespect, dismiss the warnings, romanticize the storm, until it takes everything. Ask any great ruler in history, from Caesar to Napoleon to Alexander, what destroyed them. Not the battlefield, the bedroom, not the sword, the softness, the desire to be understood instead of obeyed. Machiavelli never said love was the enemy. He said unguarded love was fatal, because unchecked emotion is open warfare on purpose. A queen is not someone who reigns over you. She reinforces the walls while you conquer. She protects the gates while you ride out. And if she mocks your discipline, laughs at your ambition, undermines your legacy, she is not your queen. She is your undoing, dressed in silk, speaking softly, hiding chaos behind compliments. The strongest tests disappear, not in spite, in strategy. Step back, withdraw attention, watch what remains. Does she preserve the kingdom in your absence, or loot it for her comfort? The woman who multiplies your peace is a builder. The one who needs you distracted to feel valuable is a destroyer. You are not her therapist. You are not her project. You are a man. And a man's time is his empire. Every minute invested in the wrong woman is a brick removed from the walls that protect your future. Stop calling sacrifice strength when it's just self-abandonment. Stop calling dysfunction love when it's dependency. Stop calling her potential a promise. She will not change. She will only evolve her methods, and every time you forgive what should end, you teach her you're afraid to lead. What you allow, you endorse. What you tolerate, you accept. What you repeat, you become. And the man who becomes soft for her comfort loses his edge for the world. And the world has no mercy for men who forget their fire. You want her loyalty, stand where you said you would. Speak only when necessary, move with power, withdraw with purpose, and never trade your mission for her mood. Because Machiavelli knew the ruler who apologizes for leading invites rebellion, and the man who fears losing her already has. So choose like a king, test like a general, rule like a sovereign, and never forget she either stands beside your greatness or sits upon its ashes. Now rise,